This is a custom light that I got off Etsy. You can choose what font you want. This is my baby, my Breville Barista Express. And the grand total of everything added up is... Hello and welcome to my apartment in San Francisco. My name is Alice and I work as a management consultant in the Bay Area. I moved out for the first time on my own this year. I've always had a roommate, but I decided at 25 I just wanted my own place to just have full control over. So this is the process of me making my apartment my dream home. I really didn't want to spend a full year making over my apartment just to move out again. So I really prioritized getting as much as I could in place in the first 30 days. So all of the big items and furniture, and then working on the little finishing touches as I continue to live in the space. I really wanted to stay cost effective, but also be really cute for a woman in her mid-20s. I really focused on Facebook Marketplace finds, and that will become very evident very soon. But I also got some really cute pieces from IKEA. All the updates that I made are renter friendly because I need to be able to reverse them, or at least accept that I'm gonna patch up some holes before I leave. Without further ado, here's my apartment makeover. In order to plan out everything, I really meticulously mapped things out using the floor plan that was a part of the apartment listing. I wasn't even sure if things would fit at first, so I actually went in with the tape measure and just double checked that all the dimensions are right. It seemed kind of small compared to what was on the floor plan, but everything ended up fitting fine, so pretty sure there was no problem there. I also made a spreadsheet because I'm a fucking consultant and I can. So I wanted to see how much everything actually cost, and we're gonna do the cost breakdown at the very end. Starting off in the kitchen, it's pretty small and lacking in counter space, so I really wanted to get a kitchen island. There's also no dishwasher, which is pretty common for these SF apartments. I came across so many apartments that straight up didn't have a vent above the stove, and that really matters to me. I feel like that's a health concern. I figured I could get a portable dishwasher, and that just like isn't gonna cost that much. If I consider the fact that I'm living here for 12 months and I divide the cost of a dishwasher by 12, like, it's like nothing. And I was basically right, because I found this portable dishwasher off of Facebook Marketplace for $40. It's such a steal and it's super cute. I'm living here by myself, so I don't need like a massive dishwasher. For appliances, I really needed a microwave, dishwasher, and then I added in this air fryer toaster oven duo. All of these things I got off of Facebook Marketplace. Also, my mom gave me an Instant Pot one year for Christmas, which is super helpful, and I make rice with it all the time. So I keep that under the counter when I don't need it. I really don't like doing the dishes by hand, but everyone needs a dish rack because you just can't always rely on the dishwasher. So I got this really cute pink one off of Bed Bath & Beyond. Okay, let's talk counter space because there's literally none in this apartment. I fixed this getting a kitchen island. I was originally looking at IKEA's Torn Viking, which is pretty cute. It's $450 and I've used it before in a previous apartment. But then I saw people listing Vad Homa on Facebook, and it looks like it matches the vibe of the apartment way more. There's these gorgeous wood countertop. I managed to get one for $250. The black matches the black on my countertops. So I'm gonna get a couple of bar stools for this side, but now I have a lot more counter space because it's a pretty small kitchen, and I also have some more storage on this side. Really can't go wrong with that, with how many things are in this room right now. My two guy friends helped build it so fast, so efficiently, I could barely figure out how to help. We decided to have the storage facing the inside so that guests can come and chill on this side and sit around while I make dinner and chat with me. And okay, this countertop, I'm obsessed with it, and of course I wanted it to look new and keep it maintained, so I went ahead and cleaned it, oiled it. I was just doing some research on what type of oil is best to use for cutting boards, and apparently mineral oil is the best, like the kind that you can find in the laxative section at like your Target or Walmart or whatever. So guess I'm gonna go pick some up tomorrow because I don't have any, and I only have cooking oil, which the internet says not to use. So don't want to ruin my super nice kitchen island that has this just gorgeous wood top to it. There's a little bit of damage, but the original from Ikea's website's $500, so I feel like it was a good steal. Now for the fridge, I didn't do too much with it because I just don't need to buy a full fridge of groceries and do this aesthetic, like, organizational thing, but I did get this like whiteboard off of Amazon, which is super cute. Added my little photos to it, got these cute magnets. And then for the rest of the organization with the kitchen, I mapped everything out because I just wanted it to be as organized as possible. And then I cleaned up the surfaces, got everything organized. So this next part isn't really part of the kitchen, but I have this bar cart that I've been using as a coffee and tea cart for some time. I used to use it as snack storage at my old apartment, but now that I have so much kitchen storage, I'm using it exclusively for tea and coffee, and it's like amazing. The craziest part of moving to my apartment for me has been getting this espresso machine. I've always wanted an espresso machine, and I never thought it would be affordable at home. I thought you'd at least need like $2,000 to get a good setup. But then I saw Julia Quinn on YouTube get the Breville Bambino Plus for like $300, $350 off of the like Breville refurbished program. And I realized that if you just get one used, it can be pretty affordable. The key is to look for a Breville machine because they're pretty affordable, but also people like to upgrade it if they get super into coffee. And so one of two things will happen. They'll either decide that it's not for them because it does take a lot of like time to figure out how to make good espresso, or you just like grow out of it and people want to upgrade to like a better grinder, better machine. So great place to start. I got my Breville Barista Express for $350. It retails for $700, and the girl who sold it to me also threw in the dump bucket. In the drawers I keep my puck prep tools, and it is a pretty small station, but it like works. So this has definitely been like my pride and joy, and I get to try all sorts of coffee drinks. It's just been something that I've wanted for such a long time, and I never thought it was possible, so that's just been really special. Next up, we're tackling the living room, and I wanted my living room to be both a relaxation space and also serve as my office, because I was really done with being in a bedroom where my desk was like 2 feet away from my bed, so I would just like barely crawl out of bed, grab my laptop, start looking at emails before I was fully awake. That was so bad for my work-life balance. So now I was like, my desk is gonna be outside of the bedroom. And I found that the corner of my living room is actually the perfect spot for it because it's a little bit more like I'm facing the other direction. I feel like it's a little more separated from total like relaxation space. It's like enough separation that like mentally it feels different, you know? My last desk was the IKEA Mickey desk, and oh my god, I mean, it's a good desk, just given it's IKEA. It has a lot of storage. It was passed down from my roommate in college, so I've had that thing for too long. And then during the pandemic, my dad helped me paint it pink because I wanted a pink desk. The problem is that we didn't put any sealant on it, so whenever we like would wipe the desk, the paint would come off onto the wipes. Then it started like peeling, chipping off, and then the kicker was when I got like terracotta planters for plants and they started sticking to the table. It was a total mess, and I should have gotten rid of that and dealt with it so much earlier, but I didn't. And yeah, I finally got rid of that desk and I upgraded to a standing desk, thank goodness. It's the FlexiSpot E2 bamboo top. I got it for $120, and the seller also threw in the chair for free, so now I have a place to work from home. I also have a bookshelf from my last apartment, So I placed that behind me, and then that leaves most of the living room for relaxation. I really wanted a couch. My space is a bit small, but I wanted a small couch and I wanted to have people over. I wanted to relax, watch TV, yada yada yada. So I went with the IKEA Soderholm. I thought it just looked the best, and it's very convenient because you can take it apart and reconfigure it. If you decide you want to like get another section of the couch, you can add on to it. It's not terribly expensive and it seemed really easy to transport. In fact, my sister helped me move it from the person I bought it off of using her Prius. So it took a couple trips, but she was able to fit it in there, and I just figured I want a couch that's gonna be easy to move. It came with a chase, and I wasn't anticipating to get a couch that big, but actually it like fits really well. It just worked out and it's so comfy. Okay, let's talk about the rug. I just feel like rugs are so expensive for the fact that you're just like standing on them, but I knew I wanted this rug, okay? I was like, this is gonna be the statement piece. It's gonna be what holds the entire vibe of the room together. I've seen it on other people's places and like people have different colors of it, but I really wanted this pink and white checkerboard rug, and then I found a really great option off of Bed Bath & Beyond. So I got the rug and the rug pad together for $150. I decided not to do anything crazy with the walls. I didn't want to do wallpaper because my lease like explicitly forbids it, and also I'm just lazy. But oh my god, I did want to have these ceiling to floor curtains because they just look so ethereal. But I had to find a way to make it renter friendly. So I got these adhesive tracks off of Amazon, and I was like playing around with it a little bit. I decided actually to use command strips. And then I later learned that like that's not the best way to attach anything to the ceiling, because command strips work off of like the vertical like shear kind of resistance. I did have to like fix them up a couple times, but they've actually been working pretty well because my curtains are not that heavy anyway. The curtains are from IKEA. I got 4 separate panels. They come in sets of 2, but they just look so good in the sunlight, and having ceiling to floor curtains really changes the vibe. As for a coffee table, I would have gotten one, but I just like skipped it. I actually don't have a ton of space left in the area, and I was thinking of getting like a fluted type of like side table or a small coffee table. I was actually thinking about DIYing one, but then I sold my car, yada yada yada. So like I just never got around to it. It's okay. I haven't really like suffered that hard without it. If I want to like watch TV while I eat, I usually sit at the kitchen island and kind of angle my chair so that I'm facing the TV. Speaking of the TV, I did need a place to put board games and to like hold my TV. So I got a TV console, and okay, this is crazy, but I drove to Mountain View to pick this up because I just thought it was so gorgeous. It's the Busta IKEA TV console. It has this wood that makes it look pink, and it's not pink wood, but it just like, I don't know, I just like saw images of it and I was like, oh my god, the white and the pink vibes, and I couldn't get it out of my head, and I was considering getting it new, but then if I get it new I have to drive to IKEA anyway, so I ended up just driving to Mountain View and picking it up from the person who was selling it. I mean, if they're gonna sell it cheaper and they're not gonna use it, like I might as well use it, right? Nobody else bought it. I also have a west-facing window, so it gets brighter in the afternoon and the evening, and I decided to get like a crystal that reflects the light, especially when the sun is like starting to get brighter. It feels like it marks the end of the workday for me, and I just start to relax more in the afternoon. And then in the evening, I wanted mood lighting. So I have my custom sign right there, which I got off of Etsy. And then I also have the IKEA globe lamp. I got a color changing light so that you can adjust the vibe in the room. For the couch, I knitted a chunky blanket. Really love these. You just need like the thick chenille yarn and just a couple of hours. It's so easy and it just looks so amazing. All right, now onto the bathroom. I upgraded so hard by moving into this apartment and getting a nice bathroom. It is just like on another level compared to my last place. So my last place had like bug issues, it had mold issues, like impossible to clean because of how old the building was. At one point I saw a fucking house centipede in my old apartment. I learned that house centipedes are not inherently bad. They look really freaky, but they actually eat the bad bugs, but it does mean that you have bad bugs because there's bad bugs for them to eat. So it was not fun to discover that. Anyway, I don't have that problem anymore because now I have a nice clean bathroom with a nice shower. I have a shower caddy that I brought over from my last apartment. I've added a shower lamp, just, you know, for the vibes. I considered putting an over the toilet shelf, but I realized I really didn't need one. If I did, I probably would have done this cool like floating shelf vibe. That would have been fun, like with little fake plants and towels. That would have been so cozy. Finally, let's tackle my bedroom. Okay. Please, a round of applause for the fact that I have upgraded from a twin-size bed that I've been sleeping on since college to a proper queen-size bed, guys. Oh, it's so good. So in case you feel like my Facebook Marketplace shopping has been crazy till now, I got my queen-size bed frame for free. The caveat is that I had to drive to Mill Valley to get it on Friday at like 7 a.m. But I was just like high off of the discovery. Guys, it's here. I've acquired the bed frame. This family was moving out and literally getting rid of their bed frame by 9 a.m. But I got there, I picked up the bed frame and proceeded to drive it around. Like it was stuck in my car for some time. I forgot about it and then I had to drive it to work one time. Anyway, I had the same two friends who built my kitchen island help me build the bed frame. I got this mattress from Casper. It's the foam mattress that you can get at Costco and it's so comfy. I don't really have much space in here, so it's primarily for sleep, but I also decided to get a vanity instead of any sort of side table or nightstand because I just wanted a space to also be able to like do my makeup, get ready in the morning, and just feel generally like disconnected from the rest of my space where I use a lot of technology for work. I also have my piano. I put that in the corner because there's not really space for it in the living room. And to give it a really romantic feeling for nighttime, I hung up globe lights. I figured they would feel less Christmassy and a bit more like an Italian restaurant, I don't know. And then for the vanity, I got the desk from Facebook Marketplace. I replaced the drawer pulls with these cute ginkgo leaf ones from Etsy. And then I got the mirror from Amazon. The shelf is from IKEA. I kept seeing this shelf on all of my like Pinterest pins and I just feel like it looks so nice. So like I found a way to fit it in my room, I guess. The chair is also used and it's this pink crisscross chair. So those are the ways I styled each of my rooms. And here's the final walkthrough of my apartment. Welcome into my apartment. First things first, please take off your shoes. I have some space for you to just sit down and, you know, grab a pair of slippers. Or if you're like me, I just end up slipping them off real quick, but there's a little seat here in case you want to sit down and untie your shoes. I have a wallflower in. That's the limoncello scent in case you like it. But yeah, I have this really long hallway, so let's keep going. And then you'll see to your right is my bedroom. Welcome on in. There's no phones allowed here because I, like everyone else, am really addicted to technology and just wanted a space that represented rest and just like escape from all the chaos that's everywhere else. But yeah, make yourself cozy. I have these string lights on the wall. That really adds to the vibe here. Big mirror. Makes everything else feel much larger in this room. But yeah, it gets kind of dark. I keep the blackout curtains here because this just faces into my apartment building, and so I don't really get any sun on that side anyway. Here's where I do my makeup. My little vanity setup. All right, next is the bathroom. Come on in. I have this little strawberry soap that's from, I believe, Home Goods, TJ Maxx. And it's like out. I need to get some replacement soap for it. But yeah, here's where I do my skincare. Here's my lovely little girl bath, girl shower. I really like the Method body washes. So this one is like the green tea cucumber scent, and it smells really fruity and almost a little citrusy. There's no citrus notes in it according to the packaging, but it smells really good. They also have a coconut milk one, like a rice and coconut milk that I used all of. That one smells like coconut rice that you would get in some like mango and coconut rice dessert. So good. Yeah, also have my L'Occitane shower oil. If you know, you know. I have this little lamp for all the vibes in here. My newest shower gel is Native Body Wash in Cashmere and Rain. I just really like to relax in here and take really nice hot showers. Okay, now we're heading into the living room. Welcome to where I spend most of my time. Go ahead and take a seat and we can chill here. Just like to, you know, relax. I love my pink rug and the vibes in here. I always have some kind of like Animal Crossing cafe vibes on the TV if I'm just like chilling and working. Sometimes I also host cafes here. Oh my god, we gotta turn on the girl apartment light. There we go. This is a custom light that I got off Etsy. You can choose what font you want, and I just like knew that this was gonna be the perfect font. This is my baby, my Breville Barista Express. I got her off Facebook Marketplace for half off, and I just keep other little coffee mixin' type things over here, my mugs. Here's my kitchen. This poster my sister Amber got me from Seattle of all places, but we had just gone to an Italy trip and taken a pasta making class, so that's the story behind this. And here's where I work. My desk, my chair, and these beautiful curtains. People always wonder what this door is. Guys, this is the fire escape. It's not the door to my bedroom. It's not the bathroom. People are always so confused. I'm not gonna open it, but there's nothing there. I'm not allowed on there except to like open it up. Yep, just cozy vibes all around. And that's kind of about it. All right, now let's talk cost of everything that it took in order to get my dream apartment makeover. So out of everything I got, the thing that made the most distance was actually the TV console. But honestly, I paired it with a trip to the IKEA down in Palo Alto, so it wasn't that bad. The most expensive item was of course my mattress, and the second most expensive item was my espresso machine for $350. I got 2 items for free, which were the bed frame and the office chair that I'm sitting in. The TV itself I actually also got used off Facebook Marketplace for $140. So it was $10 less than the TV console. The bar chairs actually cost more than the TV because I got those new off of Amazon. And the grand total of everything added up is $2,907. Editing Alice stepping in while totally sick to say that I recalculated things and I was wrong. The total's actually a bit higher at $3,198. But still a lot of good steals that occurred during this makeover process. So that's really not bad for furnishing most of my place. I know I had the shelf and little other things here and there, like my coffee cart that I had for my previous apartment. But yeah, most of the stuff that I got was new. Out of a total of 24 line items that I got for my apartment, 11 of them were off of Facebook Marketplace. It goes to show that you can save a lot of money by shopping secondhand. That's kind of a wrap for my apartment tour. Like, this has been months in the making. I didn't anticipate this when I moved out on my own because although home is a place where it feels comfortable and I like to spend a lot of my time, I've never been so meticulous with decorating and everything that I reached a point in which I can confidently say, like, being at home is like my favorite place in the world. And that did not happen on accident. It's because I really curated everything to be like my favorite. So if you're in the process of decorating your home, I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye!